You start off.
Hey. Alright, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Graveyard Podcast. Not the Graveyard Shift, the Graveyard Podcast. As always, I'm joined again by my co-host.
Yo, what's good, motherfuckers in the hood, ladies and gentlemen? You can't see my crotch down there. I'm today joined by my co-host, the Carbon Ghost. Say hi.
Hi. You didn't
say
hello. You were.
Oh, it is your boy, the friendly neighborhood, Caramel Thunder, Puff Daddy, Panther Roar, sound effect, really, please. Let's test your editing skills.
What's
back at it yet again? Panther Roar. Meow! Either way, back at it again with yet another podcast. And if you guys do not already know, we post these bad boys every Sunday. So make sure to look out for that. And also, sub to our individual channels. We both are going to be doing a lot of uploading. Waverly, I think he said, is going to be doing like 5 videos a week.
I'm
sticking to probably I'm doing my part. I'm doing like at least 15. Like 15. Like we are. Like, it's going to be amazing, guys. So make sure to sub to our other channels. Show us some love. And as always, sub to our boy Frisky. He's a big part of this project and everything. We gain a huge amount of inspiration from him. Yes. Of course, doing that, Waverly.
Hunter, stop.
No. Wait, whatever happened to that man Monday? Did you post it?
I didn't post it. I still have it.
You did? Ooh, you should really post that. So make sure to look out for the Carbon Ghost New Madden Monday. That's going to be amazing, just like the rest of them. So, Waverly, how about you pick this podcast? So, how about you start this one off, Waverly, huh?
Alright. I'm going to get into what the title is probably going to be.
Fuck, we forgot something.
What did we forget?
Give me a sec. Okay, we got the whole squad here. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Got the dog.
What do you mean the dog? It's happy.
Is he not a dog?
No, he's a homie. Okay, and he's making a lot of noise. Alright, go get him, Waverly.
Alright, I'm gonna get into what the title will probably be for this one is, I could have died out of Freddy's. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay, how'd that happen?
So basically...
And when did this happen? Any dates and time and people and witnesses?
It happened Friday. And basically, it happened because I was being an idiot. It was just newbie mistakes.
Uh-huh. I'm guessing it had something to do with oil?
What?
Did it have anything to do with oil?
It had nothing to do with oil.
Really? Okay, well...
It wasn't... I mean, no, yeah, it had nothing to do with oil.
That is like the only time in like fast food restaurants that I've ever heard someone say that they almost died, but continue.
Yeah. So basically, I'm assuming you guys have these. You guys have, vents throughout, like, above your fryer and all that.
Yeah, fryer vents.
Yeah, so we have 3 of those. We have 2 above both the grills then we have 1 above the fryer. So after I finished filtering the fryer, I was like, man, I'm trying to get out of here. So I just turned the vents off. And I turned them off, so it was at that time probably like 9:30ish. And I was still going to be there for at least an hour. So I keep doing what I have to do, and I get to the part where I have to clean the grill, which you guys don't have like an actual grill, do you?
We have like a roller grill, but we still have to like clean it. We take it apart and we have to scrub it with like these metal pieces. So because if it has too much buildup on it, the grill will catch on fire. Yeah,
well, at Freddy's we have a flat grill, and basically to clean it, what we do is we have these. It's cleaner. It's just pure chemicals. So you pour the cleaner on the grill, then we gotta put a heat-resistant glove on, then we have to scrub the grill really good, then you have to pour water on it, clean all the water off, and repeat until the grill is clean. Basically, I turned the vents off, and then I cleaned the grill, which filled the entire building with smoke of the grill cleaner. Which is like a really harsh chemical.
Yeah, like, so you pretty much guessed everyone.
Yeah. Like, when you're cleaning the grill, you just I was cleaning the grill, so I didn't even think about it. And I was just like, man, the chemicals are awfully strong today. And so the guy in the back, he's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, cleaning the grill. And he's like, did you turn the vents off? I was like, uh-huh. He's like, you can't do that before you clean the grill. I was like, uh-huh. So we had to go to the, and I looked up because I was just cleaning the grill, and when you're cleaning the grill, you get a ton of like smoke and stuff in your face. And I look up and I'm like, the entire building is full of smoke. You're welcome. So yeah, that was cool. If we were all just idiots, we all could have just died. Be gassing us from the grill. So yeah. And even I was talking to one of the managers, she was like, man, imagine dying in a Freddy's. I was like, yeah, that's not the way to go down. If anything, that is the wrong way to go out.
I've never heard.
Even like our fire alarm is turned off. Or our smoke
Are you
detector.
fucking serious?
Not the fire alarm. The smoke detector is shut off. Because it was like malfunctioning. And so they turned it off a while ago, but never turned it on. But apparently it's like super sensitive. So I would have set it off if it was on. So that's
I'm surprised at that because normally the fire departments are like on companies' asses and stuff for making sure all that stuff is up to protocol.
Yeah, ours just isn't on apparently.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
I don't think so. Or, I don't know. That's what the one guy said. I don't really believe him because the smoke detector isn't over the grill. And I don't even know where it is actually because I don't see any of them.
So what did you guys did? Because I don't know how Freddy's layouts are, but did it like spread to like outside and customers?
Well, no. we were closing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
it was just, there's 4 people there. Yeah, we never clean the grill while we're open because it takes like 10-15 minutes to kill the grill. Clean the grill, and if we got rushed, we would be
and completely sanitize it and stuff too.
Yeah, well, that's the point of the grill cleaner that cleans it and sanitizes it and all that good stuff. But yeah, so we had to open up all the doors and we turned the vents back on. I was like, alright, don't turn the vents off before you do the grill. Noted. I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that. So, yeah.
I was accidentally gassed everyone.
I did gas everybody. I mean, I guess I was getting the worst of it. I just wasn't thinking about it because I literally just don't care. My only objective is to clean it and leave. So I was gassing myself more than anybody else. Because the vents weren't sucking anything up. I was like, God damn, these chemicals are strong today.
Probably gets high off the chemicals.
I was like, God.
And you didn't smell the chemicals or anything?
Well, it was just... You always smell them when you're cleaning the grill. Because, well, the way that I do it is, I guess I didn't even know this. We have, like, this stick thing that you can use to clean the grill because it's safer.
Yeah.
Because, you're not using your hands. But I just use the heat-resistant glove and some elbow grease to get that clean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just more dangerous because you could burn your hands, but at the same time, I burn myself all the time at work.
Yeah, burning hands is for virgins. It's the same way at my work too. Like we have to filter our fryers and crap.
Yeah.
And everyone uses the heat-resistant gloves, but if you're careful enough, you don't need them.
Nobody uses that at my job.
Yeah, I just take a rag and go all the way down, and just scrub it because.
How do you guys filter your oil?
So we have a three batch fryer system, and so each batch will hold 2 fryer baskets. And so what it has at the bottom is it has this fryer filter. Yeah. It's like this big old bin. Yeah. And so every morning you have to like change the fryer paper on that stuff, but you can only drain one at a time, or else if you drain more than one, it's just gonna overflow and go everywhere. So once it goes down, it's still, because I think our fryers heats one of them's at 350 and the other ones are at like 375. But right after it goes down, you're supposed to get in there and just scrub the inside of it. And then you filter it. It filters itself at the bottom. But everyone always puts heat-resistant gloves on, even though...
that's different than what ours is. For us, so we have 2 fryer things, but they both hold 3 baskets. So what you do to filter it is you turn it off. We put I forget we put Magnusol in it, which is just like a fryer cleaner or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you drain it, And then we have a hose that we use to clean out the inside of the fryer. So what it does is it's connected to the filter, and so we use the actual oil from the fryer to clean it out. So that cleans all the gunk at the bottom and cleans off everything on the sides. And
that's kind of what ours is too.
Yeah, so we have that hose that does that, and then we have it filter for 8 minutes, and then we let it push it all back up.
Yeah, ours kind of does the same things. As I said, most of the crap gathers at the very bottom. That's why you get a rag and kind of, because it goes like this, and then just all the way down in like a skinny area. Mm-hmm. And so pretty much you grab a rag and push all the shit down to that middle section. And then at the bottom, it just filters it sucks its own oil up and filters it through. So they're good machines, except those fryers are expensive.
Well, you guys don't use the hose, it sounds like.
It doesn't have a hose attachment or anything. It already has like a built-in mechanism to filter itself.
Well, yeah, we don't use the hose to filter. We use it to actually clean out like all the gunk and stuff that you're talking about. You guys wipe off. We actually use the oil to clean that off.
Yeah, I know that we have a fry guy. He was our old GM, but he kind of got fired for being a pedophile. It's true. So every Friday he comes and he empties all the oil out, he drains it into our grease trap, and then he just takes hot water and just completely does a full cleaning on it. Yeah. So our fryers are really nicely maintained. It's just...
Yeah, we filter ours twice a day. So
really?
Yeah, they filter in the middle of the day, like while we're slower, and then you filter for close.
We're supposed to filter every hour. Like, we have to filter, because we only have 2 fryers activated at a time. We kind of have one that's always empty in case one of them crashes, which, like, roughly every 2 months or so, one of them crashes. But, yeah, we're supposed to filter both sides every hour, and that's just because that keeps the oil fresh and from darkening a lot, just from having shit at the bottom.
Yeah, we filter them twice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's times where we have to like switch out some of the oil or add oil, but we only filter twice.
That's crazy. I mean, how long does it take you guys to filter though?
Roughly, like start to finish, it's like 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, for us,
has to actually filter for 8 minutes.
Yeah, for us it's like 5 minutes or so, 10 max. So for us, it's a lot faster. It's literally you pull one lever that drops all the oil, you activate another lever that has the oil rising, but keeping it at bay at the bottom and just filtering it through.
We have that too.
Yeah, that's all we do. It's easy as shit.
Yeah, because for us, we have it. It drops all the oil. You clean it out with the hose. Then you have it filter for 8 minutes, so that's where it's going up and going back down, and then you let it fill back up.
There's some dipshits though, dude. Like, I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to mess up on that kind of stuff, but there's people where they'll have one at the bottom. Well, they already have a pan full at the bottom of one fryer, and then they'll filter it up through the other fryer. So then the fryers overflow. This has happened probably like 3 times in the 2 years that I've worked at Dairy Queen. And so what happens is that 350-degree oil
it's
all over the floor, and it gets on your feet and stuff. That happened to my GM once because it's a newbie when it overflowed. So it's just hot as shit, and then it's not fun to clean up at all.
I've never
you have to mop like 8 times.
Bad. The worst thing I did was I put the Magnusol in before I turned it off. Nothing happened. It could have started a fire, but it didn't.
Yeah, and our grill's caught on fire like twice. Don't ask how you get an automatic grill caught on fire, but people manage. And then we've had
grill's ever caught on fire.
We had a bag.
I've been there.
We had one of our paper bags catch on fire.
How'd you do that?
Because we have like these. So we have our drive-through station, and then we have our in station, and so each of them have these heat lamps. But one person like put the bag, because normally when an order's ready, you roll out the bag and it's just still sitting under the heat lamp, so it stays heated. One person didn't roll out the bag, so pretty much the bag was completely around the heated bulb, and there was just a fire. So yeah. So it's just a fucking bag on fire.
We don't put our bags in under heat lamps.
Well, for everything in grill, it has to stay under heat. Like you can't keep it out of heat for more than like 3 seconds. That's just how it all. That's just how the rules work. Yeah, and then they're like,
because what we do is you start the burgers on the grill, then you move those to the make station where they put them together, then they put them in the boxes and the bags. Then we have our fry hut, which will slash fry heater. So like if the fries are ready, like before the burgers are there, you just keep the fries in the fry heater, and then we just hand them off to Drive, who should be giving them to the customer.
yeah, no, we have, because we have 2 different sizes of patties. We have the 6-to-1s and 4-to-1s. We have those in a heater that we have. We don't keep them more for like 20 minutes in there, just because it's fucking disgusting. So we keep like 6 of the 6-to-1s and 4 of the 4-to-1s, and then I normally always drop fries fresh, but there's other people that have them there for like 20 minutes, but
we're not allowed to do that. If they're there for more than that, I think it's like 2.5 minutes, we have to toss them.
Really? Yeah, no, and our owners are like, oh, if they've been sitting there for a while, just put them back in the fryer and you're good to go. I'm like, well, okay.
We're not supposed to do that.
According to them, it's fine. So there's a lot of people that do that, but for me, for the time it takes from the customer ordering and them getting to the window, it's roughly 2 minutes. So, and it takes, if you know certain hacks, one fryer, I already told you, is a higher temperature than the other. So if you put it in the other fryer for a little bit less time, it's going to be ready faster. And it's the fucking potato. It's not going to be fucking raw.
Yeah.
So it takes like a minute. Hello? Hello? Well, okay then. But it takes like a minute 50 for the fries to be done. But where was I going with this?
I don't know.
I don't know, wait, but continue on what you're saying.
It takes like 2 minutes and 15 seconds, or if you need to pull them early, you can pull them 15 seconds early, so it takes 2 minutes.
Oh, we have a rule, if they're going to be there for over 3 minutes and 40 seconds, you have to pull. But no matter what, you pull. Even if it's like 1 second off. Which, I mean...
Ours gets pulled within 2 minutes and 15 seconds, we bring them up. Like, the longest is if somebody wants them crispy, we leave them in for 2.5 minutes.
So here's my question for you. If you were to get... What's, like, one of the most basic combos that you have on your menu?
Just the number one, which is just a double steak burger and fries and a drink.
Okay, how long would you say it takes you to make that?
The absolute fastest it would get out is, like, 2.5 minutes. It'd take us to get it to Drive.
Okay.
Or technically, you could get it out in like 2:15.
And how fast would you say your patties cook?
They take 1.5 minutes.
Wow, you guys' shit cooks way faster. Yeah, because I think for our fries, if you put them on the normal fryer, it's like 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Fries, or I thought you said patties.
I'm talking about your fries and patties.
Oh, the patties take 1.5 minutes. The fries, 2 minutes. They're supposed to be in there for 2:15. But again, if you're running behind or you already have the burgers from Make, you can pull them up at 2.
Yeah, our burgers for the small ones, they take 4 minutes on the roller, and then they drop, and then the fries take like 2:40. But as I said, we normally have some burgers already ready out the get-go in case it gets busy.
Yeah, our fries are 2:15. Then I don't know the exact time for the burgers. I know it sears for 10 seconds, flip it, smash it. Let it cook for 30 seconds, flip it, cook for another 45.
Yeah.
So that's, 85 seconds? So about 1.5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Those times aren't too off.
So yeah, I mean, really for us, we try and get every order out in like under 5 minutes. I usually, if I'm soloing, try to get everything out by 3 minutes. Which, that can just be a pain to solo on the line.
I love soloing sections, but then you can't
solo sections, but soloing the entire line, because pretty much you're always going to be soloing at least a section. Like because our line runs really well with 3 people, and if you guys can work well together, like prime time is 4 people. but if you got more than like 4, it just get crowded.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that in grill, well, 2 people are preferred. Like,
yeah, one
really?
person can run our entire grill. Like, I can do the whole grill efficiently. I'm probably one of the better people at doing grill on their own right now.
I'm a grill god. That is all I know. I don't know, because I like having rushes and shit. Everyone at my store hates like being low man, but I love being low man.
I hate them because again, we can like if you got 2 people that can work together, you can do really good at doing like a 2-man rush at my job.
Yeah.
The other day, I was really mad at this one guy at my job because he was just screwing things up all day. And it all started with, we were chilling. At my job, basically, if everyone's, like, when we're getting our call-outs, we're like a God-tier rainbow team out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, basically, I was getting everything ready, and I needed 2 crispy chicken sandwiches. And he took one of the crispy chicken sandwich buns and made it a spicy chicken sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Which, the spicy chicken sandwich, we didn't need that for like 2 more orders, but the one with the 2 crispies was already almost like 5 minutes. So, yeah, I was like, we need to get this order out like now. And he screwed that up and he's like, oh, it's fine, I have a crispy in there that wasn't going to be done for 3 minutes. So I have Grill giving me stuff for the next 5 orders, and now everything's all over the place. So then we just got lost because he was screwing everything up. And then, like, he gave the order that was supposed to be for delivery, he gave it to Drive, and he gave the Drive order to delivery, and everything was a mess, and I was getting mad because he kept screwing everything up, and I was like, okay, come on, this shouldn't have been that hard. That rush should have been simple.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
There's always going to be those ditzes that you work with.
Yeah, because he's just, I don't hate the guy, I like him, but he's not the most helpful. He's, like, even that same day, he was taking down the hood vents, and one of the guys I was working with he was making burgers, and he went and because at our job because you guys have to take down your hood vents and stuff, right, to clean them?
Yeah, every night.
So, because we have a total of 13, I'm pretty sure. So, there's really 3 ways you can take them down. You can either use the stick. If you're tall enough, you can just grab them and pull them down. Or you use the step ladder. So, like, most people use the stick. There's one guy I know who uses the step ladder. And I use the stick to pull it out. And then I just grab it because I don't have to reach if I use the stick to pull it out. And this guy uses the stepladder. And the only thing I don't like about the stepladder is when people are trying to do it when you're in the middle of trying to get orders out. And he starts moving the grill cooler with all the meat and stuff in it. And the guy needed it. And he was moving and was just being rude about it and stuff. And then the guy's like, you could have just said, excuse me. And his reasoning for it is, nice guys don't finish last. Or not, nice guys finish last. I butchered that. He said, nice guys finish last. And I was like, that's your reasoning for not just saying excuse me while I was trying to get an order out? Okay. And then even I had a close with him on Friday, and like even he just does random stuff. Like he went to get a drink when I was sitting there trying to solo 3 orders, which it's just like, just hop on real quick and help me so I can get these out. And the manager ended up getting on, and he just went to get his drink and started drinking his drink. Then he finally hopped on. But even at my job for deck brushing the floors, is the way I split up is there's 3 total floors to deck brush. You have the floor that just kind of connects everything, that you deck brush that, and then you deck brush the actual line and the floors around that and the fryer. Then you have dish, you deck brush back there, and you deck brush the walk-in. So that's 4. And basically, normally, if you're closing dish, what you do is before we close, you deck brush the walk-in if you get a chance, and you deck brush the others, because we have 2 lines, but we don't use one of them, because one of them doesn't work, I guess. The grill's broken or whatever, and we don't need it because we're a smaller location. So that side of the line, normally dish will deck brush that, because Dish should have time to do that, and the guy closing line is the person covering line. If they need help, you just stop doing that and hop on. So I asked him, I was like, hey, are you able to deck brush that real quick if you get a chance? And then he's like, no, and starts listing all these reasons. He's like, why don't you just deck brush it? I was like, because I have to cover the line, and it's just more convenient if I'm already there. If an order comes in, he's like, just switch between them. And I was like, I'm just asking you to. You don't have to say yes. It's fine. But literally, I've never met somebody who closed Dish who was like, no, I'm not going to deck brush that side. Everybody does it, and that's what I was taught to do. The manager ended up doing it, so I was thankful for that, because that would have extended my time there by like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it was just the little things like that. Like, I think I have to close with them on Friday again. And there's no pre-closers on Friday. Not Friday. Sunday. I close with them Friday and Sunday, actually, so that's cool.
Yeah, if you're watching this, fuck you, dude.
As a person, I like him. He's cool, but it was just those little things that were bugging me.
Yeah. No, there's always going to be those people. They come and go.
Because, I mean, I don't do anything about it because I'm not trying to start conflicts.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how long I'm going to be there. I could be there for another 2 months or another 2 years.
Yeah.
The plan isn't to be there a ton longer, but you never know.
Yeah, might as well get comfy.
Because I'm pretty cool. I like everybody that I work with.
Fast food is fun. It's just, you gotta get the right, because you get paid minimum wage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other places apparently right now that are paying a lot higher.
They are.
Like, I know that's one of the reasons why, like, a lot of people are starting to quit at my job is because they're realizing just how, first off, how long it takes to be promoted. Second off, of how not worth the promotions are. And third off, you could literally go to Target down the road and make 15.
Starts at like 15.
Yeah, you can make 15 an hour. Chick-fil-A, I heard, pays at like 14 or 15. There's a lot more places that you could go. But really, at the end of the day, I see it as it's so much more valuable if you just stay with the company. Just because, first off, I don't know, you get to learn a lot more. Second off, if you like the company, the likelihood of you moving somewhere else and finding management and owners that you don't like is very high. It's just, I don't know. I like to stay put because it's too much work moving around and learning new crap all over and over again instead of just being good at the craft you're already trying to learn. All right, enough talking about fast food. What's the new topic?
Oh no, I thought of the first one. It's your turn.
God fucking damn it, you didn't give me any time to prepare. All right.
What do you mean? Well, hold on. How long have we been talking about this fast
Like
food?
40 minutes, I think.
30 minutes. Get out of here, scrub.
All right, let's go to Google.
You're going to Google topics? You're that unoriginal?
Have you seen my latest video?
Very good news for all you people. The Packers will not be going to the Super Bowl this year.
Really? We're not going to talk about this shit. Fuck you.
This is being uploaded the day of the Super Bowl. The Packers, they'll be watching from their cheese houses in Wisconsin. Wishing
Still
they
did
could
better than you. And almost every other team. Top 4 teams in a row, maybe.
But I mean, if you don't make the Super Bowl, who really cares?
I do.
Think about this, though. What are you guys getting out of this season? You didn't make the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers is more than likely leaving. So what do you gain? Literally, you were good for nothing.
I gain the known fact that we are the top 4 team.
For nothing.
No, I have the fact that we are one of the top 4 teams in the NFL. That is a known fact.
But you were good for nothing.
But we're the top 4.
But nobody cares if you don't make that top 2 in the Super Bowl.
I don't know about nobody because I care. Personally, I think that's a pretty big accomplishment.
If people talk about this season and aren't going to say, oh yeah, remember the Packers? Yeah, top 4. No, they're going to say, remember Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady facing off in the Super Bowl.
I'll still remember the Packers.
That's the only memorable thing this season.
I don't care about what other people remember. I care about what I remember.
At the end of the day, if your team doesn't make the Super Bowl, does it really matter?
To me, yes.
Like, the Bears were really good 2 seasons ago, but they didn't make the Super Bowl, so does it really matter?
Does it matter to you?
No, it doesn't, because they didn't make the Super Bowl.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. I don't care about other people's opinions on NFL and everything else. That's just like everyone. I've heard so many people say how much they love Tom Brady, and heard almost next nobody say how much they love Mahomes.
I love Mahomes.
Does it matter? No, because I don't like Tom Brady, and I don't like Mahomes, but he's still going to beat Tom Brady's ass. But that's my opinion.
I mean,
everyone has opinions.
See what happens.
Mm-hmm. But that's how these things work.
It's talent versus experience.
I guess you could say, yeah, you could say that.
So, because they both have their advantages.
I'm calling it right now. Mahomes is gonna win though.
Tom Brady has seen everything there is to see, while Mahomes, he's young. But Mahomes has so many weapons. He has Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
The cheetah. That man he's too fast. Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the league. But there is one thing, where's the note? I just got a notification, the barber for the Chiefs has COVID.
Interesting.
So one of two, and he cuts Patrick Mahomes here. So one of two things are going to happen. They're either just going to make him get tested. If they don't got it, cool. If they do got it, oh well.
Can you hang on for a second? I have a new topic started. If you were a farm animal, which one would you be and why?
You stopped me for this?
Yeah, it was my turn.
Okay. Better topic.
That was fucking amazing. What do you think? Okay, hang on. Did you have an imaginary friend, and what was his or her or its name? It doesn't say the it part, but it's there.
I did when I was like 5.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe I might have been younger than 5, but yeah.
What was its name?
Well, it really wasn't even an imaginary friend. It was just like the voice in my head, but I considered it to be a person. So technically, yeah.
Really?
Friend. Yeah.
According
to my mom, I named him Franklin.
I've never talked to someone that's had. Well, I mean, I've never asked someone if they had an imaginary friend, but that's interesting.
It was like.
Well, what do you mean, really voice in your head?
Well, you know how you just kind of you have your thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
And you'll like talk to yourself in your head. You'll be like, "Huh, what do I want to eat today? I want tacos."
And Franklin says, "No, I want burritos."
It's like that whole thing. Literally, I just considered like me talking to myself in my head to be like the imaginary.
Like someone else.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It wasn't even like anything crazy where some people are like, they walk in the room like, "Hey, what's up, Thomas?" And there's nobody in the room.
There's fucking no one there.
And they like think he's just chilling on the bed playing Xbox or something. Like, it wasn't anything like that. But he was there.
That's interesting. Huh. Yeah, that's weird shit. Have you ever had any... This isn't on the list here. Have you ever had any, I guess, ghostly / spiritual / spooky experiences that you still cannot explain till this day?
Oh, yeah, technically.
Okay, bring it on.
Oh, when my grandma had died. I
think we've talked about this before.
We probably have. That apartment, low-key, might have been haunted. Because even, like, I didn't believe my mom at first, because she was talking about, like, hearing noises and stuff. And, like, even she's a person, she sleeps with none of the lights on. But there were so many just random noises that even, like, she starts just sleeping with the light on until we moved out of there. But, like, even when I had stayed home alone, I low-key stayed home alone a lot less because there's just random noises. And prior to that happening, we had lived there for at least almost a year. So, you know, it was a year or two. I don't remember. But it was around a year at the least. So, you know, you already kind of know the noises of the house and what's going on. So, you know, when something's out of place, it's far more prominent. And it was one of those situations where it's like, that is new. I don't normally hear noises like that.
Yeah.
And so that was just weird. That's the closest I've had to, I guess, a ghostly encounter.
Interesting. Yeah, I think we've talked about that one before.
Yeah, I've always wanted to low-key just go back to that apartment and ask
and see what happened
now, and just ask if they've experienced anything.
I mean, I've gotten a Ouija board. We could go over whatever you want.
Okay, somebody lives there. You don't just pull up and be like, "Hey, yo, let me
we can.
Ouija board."
They'll be our offering for possession. All right. If there is a spirit there that wants to talk to us, they will communicate us through whoever is in that house right now.
Yeah, because my mom thought maybe it was my grandma, because that was the last house we lived in that she had been to.
Interesting.
So I don't know if the stuff just stopped when we moved out. I don't know.
That's weird.
What
but
are
interesting.
Your ghostly encounters, buddy.
I've had a lot of them, believe it or not.
Most recent
roughly, okay.
Or most
last Wednesday night. All I heard.
I know. Yeah, last Wednesday Casper pulled up.
No. So I was sleeping on my bed, and keep in mind, I'm pretty sure everyone was asleep at the time. I can't confirm, but all I hear is just and then I'm like, what the fuck is that? And so I'm like sort of asleep, but I pop my head up and I just hear. Whoa. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that everyone was asleep in the house, but
I think the two people were still awake.
I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. I've been hearing that noise so often. It just kind of. I was just like, okay, well, it's gonna keep doing it, but I guess it's not harming me, so I guess we'll just let it be, you know?
You should call it parents about it.
Maybe I should next time. I used to do it when I was kids, but...
You should ask them right now.
Yeah, I mean, every time I would, like, bring up something to them, they already knew. Like, they were already so scared. Like, all their clothes were even off. They were just, like, that scared. They just couldn't contain themselves when I brought up these spooky stories to them.
Oh, no.
So,
you should ask them about it.
I mean, I could try to record it next time it happens.
Don't do that.
I could do a ghost vlog.
Ask your parents. I think they'll have the answer for you.
Okay. In all seriousness, I would say one encounter that I've had, and like me, I was so little at this time, I don't even know whether it was a dream or not. But either way, I'm like 80% positive that this was real. This was back probably, I think I was in like the first grade or second grade. So at this time, I think me and my sister shared a room, and both of my brothers shared a room. Their room had, like, when we were kids, we'd always watch these VHS tapes. But their room had a TV in it with a VHS player. And so any movies and shit that we would watch, I'd always sneak out in their room so I could watch TV. Because, you know, that's a lot more entertaining than being in a room with your sister while she's playing with her Barbie dolls. So, but I remember I passed out in her room, in my brother's room, and we were watching The Simpsons, I think. So, but they fell asleep, and my parents were gone, I think. I don't even remember. I don't think they were gone, but I don't know if they were if this was them checking up on me. But pretty much what happened was I heard some footsteps, and keep in mind, I was a very big pussy when I was younger. I was scared of practically anything.
Yeah.
But I heard like a bang out there. Well, not out there, out in the living room. And both of my brothers were asleep at this time. And then I heard one knock. And I just hear, because these were wooden boards, so you could hear like footsteps pretty easily. And I just hear footsteps. And my parents weren't the people to just, check up on you or anything. But so what I did is I had a blanket, and I put the blanket over my head, and I was laying on the carpet, and I just I put the blanket over my head, and I'm sorry, but when you're a kid and you put a blanket over your head and you're breathing hard, yeah, it doesn't look like you're asleep. So I just hear these footsteps, and we were on carpet in that room, as I said, I was laying on carpet, and I just hear footsteps come like right up to my head, because you could kind of hear when someone's, stepping on some carpet. And the steps stop right at my head. And I just take a little peek, and I just see some black socks. And I just shut that bed, like, oh! And then so, literally...
Did Dad not wear black socks or something?
I don't remember too well how my parents were at the time, but let's just say at that time they were outside a lot and things. And then so literally I closed it for 1 second, and then I think it might have been a second, it might have been a little more. I don't know, I don't remember too well. And I looked it up, and that thing was gone. Like I didn't hear any footsteps exit that room or anything. It was just gone. And I don't know, those could have been black socks, those could have been demon feet, that could have been just a dark-skinned person wandering in my house. You don't know. Either way, I can't explain what happened that night. All I know is that it scared the shit out of me. I practically moaned while I had a blanket over my head. And pretty much, if I wanted to get molested, I could have. So, yeah, that happened a while ago. Whether that was real or not, I don't know.
Who knows? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, let's just say, I don't like blankets anymore. Next conversation starter, Waverly. What are the top 3 things upon your bucket list?
Upon my bucket list?
Yes. What are 3 things that you really, really want to do?
I want to hit 1 million subscribers.
Okay, that's 1.
I'd like to own my dream car.
You're sounding like a white boy right now. All right. Last one.
I want to go skydiving. That'd be cool.
Really? I thought you were afraid of it.
because I could do it for a YouTube video.
Well, okay then.
I'm driven by content.
I see.
There's very few things I will refuse to do if I can get some content.
You would make for an excellent porn star then, my good sir.
No, I don't want to do that. What else is there? I do want to hit 1 million on YouTube. That'd be really cool to do one day.
Okay, you already said that.
One more thing.
You already... Wait, did you need one more thing? Yeah, you already listed 3.
The car thing was a joke. That's not on my bucket list. That's just a goal I have.
Okay.
I mean, technically, you say 1 mil on YouTube isn't really a part. Your bucket list is like things you want to do that are like crazy, or like places you really want to go.
Yeah, I don't know. The bucket list could kind of be whatever you want, I'd say.
So I'd like to go skydiving.
Okay.
And I'd like to... I'll think about it, Hunter. What's on your bucket list?
That's a very good question. Where'd you come up with it?
I don't know.
I want to one day... One day I want to go to Australia.
I know that.
Yep, I want to go to Australia, not for the kangaroos or anything.
But I want to do this year.
I want us to do as many theme parks as possible because there's a lot of shit to do in Australia. Even though, granted, it's a whole country. So you could say the same thing about really anywhere else. But I want to do that. I want to go to Alaska. And then I want to own an ostrich farm. Really? You're one of those people. God damn it.
I've always wanted to go to Japan. I've always thought Japan... I want to go to Dubai, actually. I want to go to Dubai more than Japan.
Yeah. Oh, no. Japan is
I
very...
want to see the Bugatti cop car.
I just don't see what there is to do in Japan. Like,
I guess...
I know, but I just don't get the big attraction about it. What can you do in Japan that you can't do in the US?
Japan's just it's a nice place. It looks cool. Tokyo is a part of Japan, yeah, Tokyo's in Japan.
I mean, I guess you could also say I'm just not a big city boy, really. I like the outdoors and the wilderness and a lot of land.
Uh-huh.
And as I said, for my third one, I want to own an ostrich farm.
Uh-huh.
Ostriches are assholes, but they're still fun to ride.
You want to ride ostriches?
If I could ride an ostrich or at least steal one of its eggs without getting killed, I think my life would be pretty complete.
Uh-huh.
So I really
you could just casually ride an ostrich.
But you could casually kidnap one of their babies.
I mean...
That is the exact reason why I want an ostrich farm. I just want to steal their children and make them all depressed.
So you're gonna steal 2 eggs to get your farm going?
That's a great idea.
What if they're 2 guys?
Male ostriches or male people?
Ostriches.
Oh. I don't know. Crack a beer with them. Do something.
Well, you can't multiply your farm with 2 guys.
Oh, I get what you mean. I don't know. I'll just throw a chicken in there or some shit. I'll figure out how it goes.
That's not how that works. But
I will evolve ostriches in every way that we do not know yet. Okay, next question!
Oh boy.
What hurts your feelings, Waverly?
What hurts my feelings?
That's actually one of those on here. Okay, a better question. What would you say is like a sensational pain that you hate the most? Like whether it be drowning, getting electrocuted, burns, anything of that sort.
Well, just a pain you can't tolerate?
Yeah. Like what would you say is a pain you can't tolerate?
The only one I've ever really experienced is getting burned, and that just stings. That's just annoying.
You've never been electrocuted?
I mean, I've had like those little things where you touch someone and ooh, static electricity. But like I've never experienced like
you've never gone up to a cattle fence and just grabbed it?
No, I've never gone up and grabbed
I've done that twice.
Did you just not learn the first time?
Okay, I was a dumbass when I was a kid.
Once, you're like, that hurt.
Well, I touched it. I think it was in Colorado. I was like a little kid at this time, and like we just stopped at a random place to have a snowball fight or whatever. And then there was just one fence there. And I'm like, oh, look at this! So I tried the shit out of myself. And then the second time,
you're like, okay, round 2.
Yeah, and then the second time, this was like probably 3 years later or some shit, we were going horseback riding. And so, like, it wasn't like an official horseback riding place, these were like friends of the family.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was little yet again. I remember, just like when I started playing shooters and stuff on Xbox, I was playing a game called Turok.
Oh, boy.
Turok was a good game. It was a dinosaur game. You pretty much just demolished, it's like the opposite of Jurassic Park. You're the one raping the dinosaurs. Either way, I got interrupted while playing that game. I played it shortly after I finished Batman. And so we went horseback riding. And so this was like probably the worst. I hate horses just because they're dicks. They think they're funny. They shit everywhere and they just don't give a shit about it. Give a shit.
So funny.
Then they just like to have a habit of running you into cactuses or cacti. Pardon my grammar. But pretty much what happened was they're like, oh, go play with the horsies over there. Go feed them a carrot. And so I was the one that waddled off first, and I didn't know exactly where to go. I'm just like, oh, there's fucking horses over there. Why don't I call one over? And so I'm like, oh, hi, horsey. Come over here. And so it shocked. That one had like way worse volts in it. Like it felt way more painful. What?
It had a higher voltage?
Higher voltage. It had a higher voltage because I guess horses needed to feel the pain more than cows. So yeah, there's that one. And then
is there another time?
Well, I've stuck a couple metal things inside of power outlets before. But okay, they weren't. I didn't just take a fork and just stab it in there. It's just things that happen, right?
Penny.
No. things have happened. So this is one good example. When I was working at Dairy Queen, we have a freezer. The freezer has a plug in it. So
how does your freezer have a plug?
What do you mean? What does a freezer have a plug?
Well, why does it have power?
Why does your refrigerator have a plug?
They don't have like visible plugs. They're all used, and they're not where you can just plug.
It had a cord that you plugged into the wall. Well, the freezer had a power cord.
Power cords.
Pretty much, there's the normal outlets. And then there's the high voltage outlets, which have all the freezers and, all the powerful shit. This was a high powered one because it's a fucking freezer. So what happened was, how they have like the two prongs at the top and then the round one at the bottom? Mm-hmm. So the round one at the bottom got stuck in the outlet. And I'm just like, oh, let me get that on out of there. And I grabbed it with my fingies and it electrocuted the shit out of me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been electrocuted. Besides, like, when you touch someone, it's like, oh, you shocked me.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, my dad hates taking me to the store because of fries. It's, like, super... I don't know, what do you call it? When it's just, like, it's staticky. Yeah, and so literally, this one time where it was just, like, really staticky that day for some reason, and he was talking to... I forget who he was talking. He was talking to someone important on the phone, and I just kept going, and he's like... And then... I did like 20 times and it just hurt the shit out of him. So he doesn't like taking me to stores anymore.
Oh, I see.
But yeah.
Is there a reason you have to swing your knife around?
Oh, that's right. I have my camera on. Sorry.
Like, you just very clearly intentionally grabbed it. Just start spitting it.
That's what I do. But no, electricity, that's not one of the pains I'm scared of, dare I say. Not fire. Getting burnt, it sucks, but it's alright. It
doesn't feel like it hurts, but it just stings.
I personally like the feeling of drowning. Drowning's
I've never drowned.
It's because you don't have older brothers.
Well, okay, yeah, never mind. I have had that happen. I just don't remember the experience.
Nah, I hated going swimming with my brother because literally just any wrestling match we'd have, I'd have past die because he just keeps my ass under the water for like 25 seconds while I'm already out of breath from getting my ass beat before. So, yeah, it wasn't fun.
When I was younger, I got dogpiled by like 6 people. Well, that was cool.
Did you like it?
No, I didn't because I couldn't breathe.
I see.
Because what we were doing is, it was the second time that I lived in Maricopa. 2 of my dad's friends had came over with their kids, and we were playing Smear the Queer. I don't think we were saying we were playing it, but that's basically what we were doing. And I had the ball, and basically, whenever I have the ball in games like that, I just have a death grip on it, and I just don't let go, especially if I'm not playing with anyone stronger than me. So what everyone else decided to do was jump on top of me to try and get the ball, and literally the only way for me to get them off of me to allow myself to breathe was for me to let go of the ball.
That's a good strategy.
I was there. They were trying to get it from me for like a minute before I was like, yeah, I kind of need to breathe or I'm going to die. Or I wasn't going to die, but I'm like, I'm going to pass out. Like, I was legit winded because I got tackled to the ground and then they're just all on my back.
I'd say getting winded is... Would you say that's like a pain that you don't like at all? Is just like kind of having the oxygen sucked out of you? Just... like that?
I don't even know if that's like painful. It's like a shock.
I mean, that's just like getting electrocuted. Getting electrocuted isn't painful, dare I say. It's just... it's shocking.
Oh, so funny. Like, getting the wind knocked out of you, it's more like... It's not painful, like a stun. But yeah, you're just like, oh. And then, I guess... it's not fun long term because you're just trying to get air. I mean, I had to end up letting go of the ball so I could breathe, and then I had to go get water because my throat was all screwed up from trying to get them off of me. And yeah, don't have 6 people on top of you, and their only goal is to get a ball from you.
Unless in a moist environment.
It's literally you against 6 people.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You didn't answer the question. What's a pain? Like, what's like a type of sensational pain that you just do not agree with?
Well, I guess the one I'd enjoy the least would have to be like drowning or not breathing, because in that case it's necessary to breathe. The rest of them is like, ooh, ow, okay, moving on.
I don't know. Personally, I prefer drowning. Out of all of them,
prefer to drown?
I don't have a problem drowning, dude.
What kind of like burn are you talking about? Are you talking about like a giant burn? Or just
okay.
Like, ooh, I accidentally touched something hot and now my finger is burnt.
We could say both. I mean, if we're going to the extremity of drowning, you could technically drown and pass out, but then get back up.
If you drown and pass out, you're going to die unless somebody pulls you out.
Exactly, but if someone pulls you out and you survive, you're all good to go. You want to burn, let's say you just accidentally stick your hand in a fryer and then just take it back out.
If you're stupid enough to stick your hand in a fryer,
things happen,
you don't deserve to be on the planet. You accidentally stick your hand in a fryer?
You
Hunter, you never know. Your hand in a fryer?
Oh, I have not put my hand in a fryer. Actually, that's a lie. I have not put my hand in oil. I have put my hands in fryers, though.
Have you put your hand in a hot fryer with the oil? Or
not with the
done
oil.
That?
Not with the oil.
Exactly. If you do that, you're stupid.
But you're not dead. So, thus makes it a sensational pain that you can experience from later, which hints, would you rather drown, Waverly, or recover from your hand being put in hot oil?
I'd rather recover from my hand being in oil. You said what's the pain you like the least?
Yeah.
Drowning.
Really? I would way rather drown. 100%.
Well, because think about it, unless you shove your, because apparently we're on the topic of fryers, unless you like shove your hand in the fryer and just don't take it out.
I'm talking about just like just a dip in there. And that's oil. Yeah, oil doesn't just come off. Oil stays on there for a while.
But it's basically, it hurt for, I don't know, an hour, a couple hours, or... I've never put my hand in oil.
What?
Or drowned.
Let me put it this way. Thanksgiving, you have a hot thing of gravy right there. The spoon flicks onto your hand. It goes right there, smack dab. That's roughly like 300 or so degrees of hot liquid. That took me like roughly 2 weeks for it to just like slightly stop hurting. Heavy, okay, isn't it like called... How are the extremities of burns? Hang on.
I don't know. Here,
let me Google this shit. Okay, a 3rd degree burn. What's a 1st degree? Hang on.
Or...
Okay, yeah. So a 3rd degree burn. That's what we're talking about. Would you rather suffer from a decently spread 3rd degree burn? Or recover from getting brought back from drowning?
So, are you saying that you drown to the point of passing out?
Yes, you pass out and someone else has to bring you back to life.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you're drowning, you're literally stuck. You can't breathe, so you feel completely helpless.
Okay.
With a burn, at least you know you're alive. But imagine, because I think even me and you have talked about this before. Like, you say you don't like horror games where you can't shoot back at the people. Like, you don't like Outlast because the fact that you're literally just helpless.
Yes.
So think about, you're underwater. You cannot breathe. So if you're drowning, you're swallowing up just water. So you're literally, for, I don't know how long it takes you to pass out if you're drowning, but you're helpless for however long that is. Let's find out. How long does it take to pass out when drowning? These are the type of things. Takes around 2 minutes for an adult to lose consciousness, and only between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. So for just a straight 2 minutes, you're just 100% helpless. You cannot do anything. You can't breathe. You don't know what's going to happen next. And then everything just goes black. And you're out.
Yeah, I would 100% be better off with that than Burns. 100%.
See, I don't know about that. And I mean, I don't just stick my hands in fryers.
Oh, my GM's calling. Hang on, can I take this phone call?
Yeah.
Okay. Waverly, what's a big project that you would like to execute on your channel one day?
Big project?
Yeah. Like, what's a series or something that you really want to complete on your channel one day? Whether that be IRL or a game.
As of now, I do not know for things I want to do in the future. I do eventually... I low-key want to try and do some video essays and just do research and stuff. Like, I low-key want to try and eventually try some, like, retrospective type stuff.
Explain.
Like, well, even just kind of... That's my issue I've ran into, is I don't know what game I'd do it on. Because I don't remember enough old games that I could, like, make a retrospective on a game.
Yeah.
But even an idea I want to do now, because, I mean, people have talked about, but I've never seen, like, a full video that I felt was on it, is just kind of a video about sort of what makes Five Nights at Freddy's scary. Because even just watching, like, I was watching this one guy who's making a retrospective on the series. I think he has one for the first 3. There was another guy that made a video about how sound is used as, like, something to make the game more, I guess, immersive. But I don't think anybody's really made, like, a full video about kind of putting everything together, from the visuals to the sounds to just how it feels to be playing the game. Because I think, yeah, it was meant to be a scary game, but as it's aged, I think it's aged as less of, when you're playing it, it's like, oh, this game is horrifying, it's so scary, but it's more of it can be very anxiety inducing.
Yeah, I'd say, coming from someone who I didn't play it terribly much when it first came out, but let's just say, judging from everyone else's reactions and stuff on it, definitely one of the biggest things that stood out was anticipation. And that's one thing where even just playing the game, like even playing on VR and stuff, when it's very...
so different on VR.
Well, yeah. When the game is very hectic, like especially in the later nights, and then nothing's going on, and just the anticipation of something's going to happen, but you also know that 6 a.m. is coming.
Yeah.
That's one of the big aspects that no other horror game really has there. Of like, some shit's supposed to happen to me right now, but at the same time, I'm so close to completing one of the hardest things I've probably done. It's that. One of the things are the looks, and this is one thing that I don't like right now. You know the FNAF Plus game, like the one I did a review of and shit, right? Yeah. Like, a lot of people are hating on that game because they're saying that the game, it looks so over-exaggerated, it looks so much more scary than they need to. But have you seen some of the fucking animatronics and just, like, costumes and stuff nowadays? Like, in actual, real... this world of how they look compared
animatronics to be scary.
Well, I'm just talking about, like, me, I don't find that to be scary either, but just how creepy they look. And that's one of the things I do feel like Scott Cawthon did nail, is just how visually creeping they they look.
Well, yeah, the original 4, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Freddy, and Golden Freddy, those are, like, from the first game. I mean, everybody knows what they looked like. Like, even when I played the game, like, I knew Freddy, and I knew what they looked like and stuff, because those original 5 designs are iconic at this point.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just, I'd say, just definitely the theme of the game of how you know it's in a darker setting. And just, yeah, you know, I'd say sound does play a big part of it, but I'd say sound is more...
Sound is, like, if you really break it down, sound is a big thing of what made that game as scary as
100%. But also, like, let's say in VR, sound was a gigantic social cue. I can't remember in the last one whether sound was as important as it is in VR, but, like, it's a good indicator of things that are going to happen, but, like, I'm guessing that in the original ones, because you played it through rather recently, hearing Freddy's laugh, that was a gigantic help on kind of indicating where that bitch is moving to.
Yeah, that's very... Well, for me, because I don't take time to actually analyze and be like, oh, he laughed 3 times at this pitch, therefore he's in the kitchen. Like, I was just like, nah, that guy's coming for my cheeks, I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah, normally I took it as, in VR, it was a lifesaver because you have your noise on the left and right. I don't think that they had noise audited for your left and right headphone when the original FNAF came out, just because I don't even think it was that big of a necessity. But, like, let's say Bonnie or Chica, when they're walking up to your door, you don't have to turn on the lights or anything. If you hear their footsteps, you already know you're closing that bitch. And then with Foxy, it's mainly, I think, in the normal games, that's where that helped out a lot, because you kind of hearing the footsteps, you automatically knew to close the fucking door. But the sounds were a big help, I would say, and also it just sets the atmosphere and stuff. So
yeah, so because even I'm gonna try and it'll probably be like a 20-minute video where I want to go over everything from the visuals, the way the game just how it's meant to make the people feel. I'm gonna shortly go over how sound affects the game, and then, like, even I was gonna try and talk to, like, you and Alex about different things, because I know you guys actually played the game closer to when it came out. Because I just think that game it's very interesting the way it uses the element of horror.
Yeah, if I were to sum up what Five Nights at Freddy's is, I would say that it is a babysitter simulator. In every game, I've noticed that there is some little shit that you have to babysit and watch to make sure that they don't fucking do anything stupid. Let's say FNAF 1. Freddy, you kind of had to babysit. Foxy, you had to babysit and watch their ass. Second one, you have the puppet. You have to babysit his ass and wind that music box. Same thing with if they're at the hall or some shit. You have to watch their ass and keep the flashlight on them and make sure that they don't do some stupid shit. FNAF 3, that's probably the biggest babysitter game that you have to do, because you literally have to keep his attention on you. Well, not on you. Keep his attention going into other rooms and keep flip-flopping him. And you just have to watch him the whole time, which honestly I'd say in VR, FNAF 3 is definitely the easiest. It's just you have to know what to do. And then FNAF 4, it's pretty much the same thing. You just have to watch them, keep listening. And FNAF 4, I would say, is the biggest one when it comes to sound on its importance there, because I don't even think you could beat the game if you don't have headphones on. It's probably nearly impossible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good series, though.
Yeah. So I'd like to make that. There's more video essays I want to do. The issue I keep running into with the video essays I want to make, though, is I don't want to make them when I want to play the game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, if I was making videos when Cyberpunk came out, I could have made a very good video about why Cyberpunk isn't as bad as everyone wants to make it out to be. Because at its core, Cyberpunk is a very good game. It's not the game that, is supposed to be the game to end all games or anything, but it is a very good game.
And I'd agree with that, 100%, even though I haven't played it again, and I haven't done any of the side missions or anything.
I returned mine. I got a refund.
Yeah, I remember I was there for that. I mean, I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna play Cyberpunk again, if I'm gonna play Cyberpunk again, I'm gonna play it on PC. Just because I beat the game in 2 days and it crashed a total of 12 times. But then I'm scared to get it on PC because I'm afraid it's gonna fucking just destroy my PC. Yeah, this is a very big fear of mine. That's the only reason why I haven't bought it yet. Is just because I feel like it's gonna demolish my PC's ass cheeks.
I don't know. I'm waiting for it to go on sale and to be updated.
Yeah,
and
but I heard they're updating
optimizations to come out. Yeah, the game needed another year. Like that game needed at least like a year of polishing.
I agree, but it doesn't help that everyone was pushing it so hard to come out when. Yeah,
because I mean, I guess I was watching something. I guess when FNAF 3 had came out, some people were talking about how it's the most hyped game of all time. I was like, no, Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is probably one of the most hyped things of all time.
I remember FNAF 3 was pretty hype. I don't know. I mainly only got into kind of the fandom of FNAF due to my cousin because he was just an addict on everything with it.
Yeah.
But as far as I remember, FNAF 1 when it came out, it was almost everyone had it on mobile. Because like I think the first time I saw someone playing it was my cousin on the iPad. And I remember he pretty much just told me it's a game where you have to watch these things on the camera and make sure that they don't eat you. And it sounded scary as tits at the time, but then kind of after ignoring it for almost like a couple months and actually trying it, yeah, I went to scary as tits. But then later on coming back to it, I remember I was really wanting it to be on Xbox back then, on the 360, but it wasn't. So, very depressing.
It is now.
But, yeah, I remember it was so popular in Minecraft. There was a bunch of like modded lobbies and shit that you could do. Not on Xbox, unfortunately. And then in Gmod, it was super popular. And then the second one came out, and I was like, oh, where the fuck did this thing come from? Because they weren't expecting a second one.
Yeah.
And then the third one, everyone was excited for just because the second one left off at such a confusing spot when it came to the lore. Because everyone was just questioning who the fuck is the phone guy and who the hell is the purple man. So those were just like the biggest questions at the time.
Yeah, because hype is a crazy. I think it was Nathan Zed. He made a really good video about just talking about how at this day and age, it's almost like hype is sold more than the product. Like Cyberpunk, they've been hyping that game up for, 9 years now? Something like that. A crazy long time, before the Xbox One even came out. And that game just had so much hype, it was never living up to the expectations. I think that's part of the reason I wasn't as disappointed as other people, because I think I've been getting slowly excited for it over, the last year, I want to say.
Yeah.
And really, I didn't even watch a ton on it. Just everyone's like, oh my god, this game's going to be amazing. I was like, oh, well, shoot, I should check it out then. But even in, music, gaming, movies, so much is built off of hype. Even, he brought up a good point where Kanye has built so much hype for albums that never even came out. And that is so true. I'm pretty sure there's 6 different albums that he said, yeah, this is coming out, and we never got it. Just everyone got excited, but we never got it. But I think that's something where back in the day with, I guess I don't think hype was as big of a deal in 2015 and 2014. But I think the creator, one thing he killed it on was the fact of the matter is you didn't have much time to build up that big hype for, oh, this game is going to be amazing. Because man's literally released the games before he even said they were coming out. I remember FNAF 2, he had said it was supposed to come out the year after FNAF 1. And that thing came out on November. And we were like, oh. Cool.
And that's when everyone was so surprised.
And that's what happened with FNAF 3 too, which I think for security breach, I don't even know where the hype is on that, but I know that's coming out a lot later than what it's supposed to be out already.
Well, and that's because he's definitely
have
a lot more help. and he's not able to just kind of release it on his own because he has big brand companies helping him now. Because I think ever since,
I think.
Yeah,
Right?
ever since they backed him up, he's not really able to just do his nonsense that he normally does with all the other ones, which is fine. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, that was one of the best parts about Scott Cawthon. Either way, I have no idea what I'm expecting Security Breach to be. I don't know. I hope it's going to be good, though. I like the animatronic roster so far.
I'm going to play it when it comes out.
Oh, I'll 100% play that when it comes out. The only thing that sucks is that they said it's not going to be on VR for a while. Like, that chapped my khakis a little bit.
That just doubles the content.
Not for me. I want it to be on VR very badly.
You don't want to play it twice?
I mean, no.
I don't know. I think it'll be kind of cool, though, because you get to experience it one way, and then you can experience it a completely different way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't even fully know where the lore is, but according to people, it's in a weird-ass place, because the VR game just flipped everything on its head.
Yes. It technically did.
I watched, like, a super simple recap, because, you know, Killswitch, he hasn't released his promised recap. It's supposed to be here on Sunday, but it's just, it's not here, so I had to resort to other people. And he talked about how in the VR game, they basically said the last, like, I don't know how many, it was like 6 games or something.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
All a video game that was made by Fazbear Entertainment. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Guy can't release a game without just flipping the storyline on its head.
Well, and the thing with that is, it's all told by a narrator in Help Wanted that I'm sure have heard already. But pretty much, I've decided to completely ignore that because the whole time, he's just telling you misguided information. And I think it's literally just them kind of dicking around saying, oh, Fazbear Entertainment didn't do anything wrong. It's all just a big hoax. Which, I mean, I could be right or wrong on that.
Well, yeah,
but either way.
What it's supposed to be is that people made all these rumors like, oh, this happened at, you know, Fazbear's Pizza, and this happened at this place.
Yeah.
All under that, like, Fazbear Entertainment brand.
And so they're someone...
like, ha ha, funny joke. I'm gonna make a game about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and they went ahead and even said, like, a third-party game maker, and that was referring to Scott Cawthon. Because I guess Steel Wool Gaming's, they went under a different company name. It's like Rabbit something.
Yeah, I think I saw that name somewhere.
Yeah, it's very weird, but at the same time, as I said, the storyline is in the spot it needs to be to set up for the next game.
Yeah.
It's just mainly we don't know anything on what the next game's going to be about, really. So, as I said, everything kind of it's full circle right now. It's just everything that we know is in order and it's set up for the next game properly.
Yeah, because I know I started watching some more simplified stuff. Because, well, Game Theory makes some good videos. He does get all over the place.
Yes, 100%.
Like, if you're not taking your notes, you're like, wait, I thought this dude was this guy, but it turns out this guy is that guy, and that guy's that other guy.
But I would say that he did good because he was one of the very few people that made videos off of what he knew at the time and of what game at the time.
Because what I would say when I was watching his videos, because I start with this first one that was based off of the Chuck E. Cheese incident, which that video is just completely false.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of cool to see how all the theories developed.
Yeah. And that's what you got to give him props on.
That's what I will say about his videos.
Yeah. I can agree with that. But, yeah, I don't... If I want to know anything that's actually going on, I don't go to Game Theory about it, though. Just because he's everywhere. Like, you can't really...
It's one of those things. If you're not keeping up with it, you're lost.
Yeah, 100%. But it's okay. My recap video will be coming out soon. If it hasn't already, it better have come out by now. If it hasn't come out by now,
it's gonna be out within 4 days.
Me and you, we got some problems here, buddy. We got some really big problems if it hasn't come out yet. Promised this bitch like 2 weeks ago. So
Yep.
Get on it, boy. Or if it already has been done. If it has, I give you a cookie. But other than that, castle.
What are your channel goals for things you want to do?
I forget. This is one thing I think you brought it up in the last podcast. Mm-hmm. I do kind of want to make. Waverly, if you're seeing this, you are the biggest virgin I think I've ever smelled in this whole wild world. I hope that you dream of Chester the Cheeto Cat coming into your shower and clapping your cheeks like a chimpanzee on a Tuesday eating a shish kebab. I'm just going to stare at the camera until you come back. This is a staring contest. I'm winning. Oh, I'm winning. Oh, I'm winning. Oh, fuck me. Alright, you won this time, asshole. You won this time. But who knows? You might never even know it. And if you do know it, congratulations to you, brother. Think you're good, though? I still beat you almost, I think, 3 times now in a Call of Duty 1v1 with snipers. But, it's whatever. What did you ask me?
Balls with YouTube. What do you want to do? What's the series you want to do?
Okay.
And then you said something you thought I brought up last podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So you brought up last time of doing an IRL Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that would be fun as shit because... Huh?
I want to do that. That was my idea.
What do you mean that was your idea? That's been thought of before.
I know.
I literally told you someone already did that.
I still want to do it, though.
Either way, I think that would be pretty cool to do. Because, honestly, it wouldn't be that hard. Just rent out an empty warehouse for a week and then set up shit. It wouldn't be terribly hard.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
That would be cool.
Fun.
I want to go to a shit ton of haunted places. Because ghosts are cool.
Me and you have been talking about that for years at this point.
Yeah, ghosts and demons I find to be rather entertaining. Vlogs, those would be pretty neat to do. Because everyone already is rather curious on what I do on my free time, of course. Isn't that right, Waverly?
I'm not curious.
Well, how dare you? Me and Kevin go on adventures, thank you very much. But who knows, maybe at some point I'll do those. Maybe. Ask for it and I'll do it. I'm
gonna do vlogs once I show my face that I know everybody wants to see so badly.
Whenever that's gonna happen.
All in due time. Okay. Give me like 6.5 more months. You can quote that.
6.5 more months?
Yeah, something like that.
What's that going to be? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's what I want for my birthday present. 6.5 months is
after your birthday.
Roughly when we'll be there. So I'll take like July 17th. July 17th is when you'll be doing a face reveal. Yeah. Alright, if you don't, I get to do like a absolutely absurd punishment on you. So it's been confirmed here, ladies and gentlemen. We have to see the Carbon Face Ghost by July 17th of 2021. The Carbon. We have to see his face at some point between now and July 17th. So
no, on July 17th.
Okay. Sometime between now and July 17th. So yeah. I think that's a done deal there.
I'll just need to be reminded because I'll probably forget.
Oh, trust me, I'll be on top of you for that.
I'm sure
I think I'll all of your 25 million subscribers will as well.
And clip it or whatever you people do.
But that'll be rather entertaining.
Yes. So, any final words for the people? Utter. Oh boy.
The outro, are you saying it and I just can't hear you?
Your camera just froze. I was just in a very odd... You got any last words for the people?
I already said it!
I didn't hear it!
Oh. I love you.
Okay. That's going to be all for us today. Thank you so much for spending the time to watch however...
Yeah, what he said! I can't hear him right now.
But thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this.
Yeah, thank you. See you soon.
We'll see you guys on next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I just said that. Okay, we'll see you guys next
Okay,
Sunday.
what he said again. Yeah, we'll see you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe for both of our channels.
Yeah, including this.
Do you have any questions that you'd like to talk about next time? Comment down below. And yeah, we're out of here. Right?
See y'all next time. Yes, sir. Peace.
Okay, I heard that part. Bye.